right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to LisaBug Yoga. We are in the month of November 2024. We've been highlighting a couple of mudras this month, which are hand symbols or signs. And the symbol we're going to focus on today is called the Ganesha Mudra. Last week we did the Padma Mudra, and the physical benefits of that mudra was it's similar to the prayer hands, but we push in and we spread the fingers wide, which focuses on the muscles of the chest. The Ganesha Mudra is almost the exact opposite. So come to a seated position. I'll teach you the Ganesha Mudra. You can sit on a chair if you'd like, or just down on the floor. I'll teach you that mudra, and then while you're performing it, I will read to you a few of the benefits of that mudra. So just get nice and comfy, maybe simple cross-leg pose. So the Ganesha Mudra, instead of a pushing with the hands, is a pulling. So it's almost the exact opposite in terms of the muscles that we're activating in the Ganesha Mudra. So you are going to take your right hand, face your palm towards you with your thumb up. Then you'll take your left hand, put it behind that hand with your thumb down, and then you're going to grip your fingers together. So you're making a little grip with the fingers. Hopefully your fingernails aren't too long as we feel this a little bit. And then on the inhale, our hands are slightly relaxed. And on the exhale, we pull apart fairly vigorously. And I want you to notice the muscles that you are connecting with when you pull. Then you inhale and slightly relax that gripping. You exhale and pull apart. Typically there's 4 of these. So let's do 2 more. Relax the grip slightly. Exhale, pull out. 1 more. Inhale, relaxing. Exhale, pull out. Then just release that. Place the hands on the knees for a moment. And as usual with most things that we do it the opposite direction. So you'll take the left hand, palm faces you with the thumb up. The right hand, palm faces in with the thumb down. Make your grip. Inhale with a relaxed grip. Exhale and pull. 3 more. Inhale, relax. Exhale, pull. Now I'm really feeling this in my lats, in the sides of the muscles here underneath the armpit. 2 more. Inhale, relax. Exhale, pull. 1 more. And then release the grip. Set the hands to your knees. So I want you to do this again, 1 more on each side. So we'll start with the right hand, the left hand behind. Make your grip, and you do your breaths at your own pace here for 4 repetitions. And I'll read you some of the background of the Ganesha Mudra. It's a hand gesture in yoga that is said to help remove obstacles, increase energy, and improve digestion. Once you have 4, then I want you to switch. Left hand, right hand behind. Make your grip. Take 4 breaths. Some say that the Ganesha Mudra can help boost confidence, relieve stress and tension. It can improve upper body strength, activate the chest and the diaphragm muscles, reduce psychosomatic disorders and sleep disorders like insomnia. All right, let's remove that grip. We'll set the hands back onto the knees and relax. So we're going to apply the Ganesha Mudra in several of our poses today. I also had special requests for neck work and hip openers. So the first exercise, I want you to take your left leg, bring it around to the outside to sit in your Z-sit position. And then we're just going to fold over the front leg into a nice, gentle, modified pigeon. So just relax there and breathe. Just really gentle this first time out. We'll be stretching our hips several different ways. So nice and easy as we start. All right, walk the hands in. So sitting up tall, we'll just move the head from side to side. But if you'd like to apply the Ganesha Mudra, I want you to take the right hand, the left hand behind, sitting tall, and we will rotate the head to the right as you pull to the left. And then rotate the head to the left as you pull to the right. We'll do 2 more each direction. And we're looking as far as we can over the shoulder, good range of motion for the neck. 1 more each side. I really feel it in the back of the shoulder that's coming across and right between the shoulder blade in the upper back. And back to center. Release the grip. We'll extend the arms out. And this is a little seated gate pose. So we'll take a side stretch over to the right and then a side stretch over to the left. Oftentimes we're doing this kneeling. Today we're going to apply this to a seated position. Now, depending on where our body is in space, it makes a difference where gravity is for our head, right? So if we're in the center, gravity comes straight down to the floor. But if we go over to the side, gravity is kind of pulling the ear down. So we'll do 1 more here. And then next time we take it to the right side, I want you to hold in this position. So our head is on an angle, and we are going to look up to the top hand and then look down toward the bottom hand, or maybe underneath the armpit. Do that 1 more time. And then as you look up to that top hand, pull it back a little further and really look way behind you. And then reach underneath and look behind your body the other direction. And 3 more. Inhale, open. Exhale, revolve the spine, look behind you. This is one of my favorite, just to really wring out the mid-back. 1 more. And when you twist, I want you to scoop your abdominals in, kind of hollow out your belly. Then reach up and hold. Now, if you can reach your ankle here, we're going to do a stretch for the quad and a hip opener on that left hip flexor. If you can't quite reach the ankle, I have a hand towel. You can wrap it around the ankle or a yoga strap. That way you have a little bit more space here. And we're just going to pull that leg back. So if we hold this still, it's a static stretch. I want to add a little bit of active stretching as well. So on an inhale, let the knee come forward. And as you exhale, push back, tighten up your glute, and really feel that stretch. Inhale, the knee comes forward. Exhale, pull back. And 1 more. Pull back, hold. If you'd like to add a little bit of balance, maybe you can take that hand away from the floor, focusing a little bit more on your core. And I feel it working. Beautiful. Lower that down, release the ankle. Bring that foot to meet the other one, so we're in a butterfly position. So a nice hip opener here, but can you notice a little bit of difference from one side of the body to the other? Just sit tall or hinge forward and stretch through. Sometimes for me, when I'm doing this, and part of it is protecting my hips from hip replacement, but I start to tighten these muscles. But really focus on relaxing the inner thighs. Just one more breath, because we'll come back and visit this again. And come up. Okay, let's switch and bring this right leg to the outside for our Z-sit position. And I'm up on a pillow on the hip of the front leg. This helps for my pelvis to be a little bit more level. And it doesn't have to be level, but it helps me to sit up better. All right, so we're sitting tall. We'll fold over that leg for our modified pigeon. Relaxing and breathing. So our hip is in external rotation as well as in deep flexion. So this really gets those deep muscles, the piriformis, the gemella, and really stretches those out. It's a good stretch if you have any sciatic nerve problems or just tight hips in general. All right, let's rise up. Sit tall. The Ganesha Mudra. Left hand in front, right hand behind, make your grip. As you look to the left, bring your arms over to the right. And you're pulling outward, creating that tension. And then reverse, looking right, pull across to the left. Now you might notice this can be difficult to sit in this position if you have tight hips. So I'm really having to fire my core to do this. If you need to just sit cross-legged for this piece, that's okay too. One more each direction. And back to the center. Lengthen the arms long. Gate pose, stretching over to the left and pulling it up and stretching over to the right. In Pilates, this is called mermaid. Now notice you can stretch a lot further toward the front leg than you can stretch to the back leg. And this is another one you can just do in simple cross-leg pose or even sitting in a chair. One more time. All right, let's reach it over. Hold our stretch here, which puts our head on that angle so we can rotate looking to the up hand and then looking to the down hand. So the difference between rotating our head when we're sitting straight up is just where we're applying gravity. So it strengthens our neck a little bit differently. Okay, next time you look up, pull the arm back and look even further behind you. Then reach through, look way over that left shoulder. With the breath, inhale. Scoop the abs in, exhale. 2 more. All right, excellent. Reach it up. Nicely done. And come up. Sit up really tall, nice long spine. Pull those abs in. We'll reach hold of this ankle and then support here just gently. Pull the leg back, use your yoga strap, use your hand towel, and we're stretching through this section of the hip and the quadricep. Then we'll add some active stretching, bringing the knee forward. And then as you pull it back, tighten the glute muscle. That's going to give you a little bit more space to stretch and helping you activate or release the hip flexor when you activate the glute. Nice. Let's get one more here. Then press it back, hold. If you need this hand for balance, that's okay, or maybe try to lift it up. Two more breaths. And release it down. Let's come back to our butterfly. So this leg we have hold of, we'll swing back around to the front. Soles of the feet come together. And just notice first what we feel a little bit different from one hip to the other. We can sit tall or we can flex forward any amount. Really relax those inner thighs, the groin area. And come up. Good, just close your knees together. So I want you to practice swapping the Ganesha Mudra back and forth. So if we have the right hand, the left hand behind, we can pull and then release and switch. So on the release, you inhale. On the pull, we exhale. We're just actually mobilizing our wrists a little bit and our forearms each time we change direction of the mudra. Okay, when your right hand is in front and you pull, I want you to twist to the right. Then you'll come back to the center, switch, and twist to the left. And switch, twist right. And left. Back to center, relax. Now we're going to tip back just a little bit into a slight boat pose. I can turn this way. So we've got our body hinged back a little bit. When you have the right hand in front, you'll twist right, and then we'll just come back to the midline and do 3. So leaning back, we rotate 1. To the center, inhale. Rotate, exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, rotate 3. Come to center, switch the grip, inhale. Twist left, exhale, 1. 2. 3. Come back to center and relax. So now our next option. When we're twisting to the right leg is up. We have our body leaned back. So the right hand is in front. Left hand, palm faces in. Inhale. Exhale, twist. 1. So my left elbow is coming toward my right knee. 2. Boy, when I apply the Ganesha Mudra, I really feel this behind my left shoulder blade. And then switch, relax. Left knee is up. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, twist. Pulling. 1. 2. 3, and relax. Sit comfortably and find your hand towel. So we're going to take the hand towel and just wrap it behind the back of the neck. And then you're going to crisscross. Your right hand's going to take a hold of the left side, and your left hand takes hold of the right side. So we have the forearms crossed. Bring the right side up along your ear. You're going to pull slightly toward you with the bottom side and tip your neck to the side. So we have a nice little stretch here. Not really cranking it, but it should feel really nice along the outside of the right side of your neck. And then we'll turn the head a little bit to look down toward the floor under your left armpit. And I'm using my hand to help guide by slightly pulling on the hand towel. Good. And come back up. Relax. Then we'll switch. So left hand, right side. Right hand goes over. We pull this up and side stretch through the neck. And you're slightly pressing this left shoulder down toward the floor, and that's going to really help elongate the neck. And it should feel almost like you're lifting upward with your right hand and then over. Then we'll turn our head to slightly look down under your right armpit. And back up to center and release. All right, let's bring that hand towel so that we've got it available when we do some other exercises for our neck, but we'll transition to our hands and knees. All right. If it's difficult for you to be on your knees, I also have a chair. You can do this standing up with hands on the chair and feet on the floor for an all fours position. We have our thread the needle, so we'll lift that right arm, reach it up, and then thread it through. We'll do this 3 times before we hold the pose. And reach up and through. Last one. Try to set that shoulder all the way down to the floor. If your head doesn't touch, a block is nice here. We can set the head on the block and really open up the back of your right shoulder blade. So the left hand, you can either reach it up toward the top of your mat to stretch the lat, or you can put your hand back on the sacrum, or wrap the hand behind the back, feeding your fingertips into the hip crease. Really relaxing the neck here. 2 more breaths. And then we'll press that left hand back into the mat, rise up and reach, inhale. And then just bring this arm over until it reaches out toward your ear, and send your left leg straight back behind you. Spinal balance. Now, as we inhale, we'll reach the hand and the leg away as far as we can, then exhale and bring the elbow in toward the knee. And again, this can be done standing up on your feet with your hands on a chair if the knees are sensitive for this movement. And really round the spine up as we bring the knee in. One more time. Then reach out long and hold. Set the right hand back down onto the floor. Tuck the toes under of the left foot and push into the mat for a little bit of a calf stretch. Now you can also press away off the hands and lift the hips up into a little downward dog. So I'm pressing the top of my right arch into the floor while I'm dropping my left heel down. 2 different stretches here. All right, let's lower back down. Take a break in traditional child's pose by bringing the arms back behind you to relax your shoulders completely. Maybe roll your wrists around a little bit. And then come back to hands and knees or hands and feet with hands on a chair. And we'll come into our thread the needle. Inhale, lift that left arm. Exhale, reach it through. 2 more. And 1 more. Then we'll hold that thread the needle. If you need a little support for your head, you can place something under it so you can really relax. Right arm can reach up long and stretch here. You can place the hand here or wrap behind your back. And make sure you have even weight onto both knees or into your feet if you're standing up. Beautiful. Let's place that right hand back down to the mat. Push into it to rise up. Stretch. Then that left arm goes over toward the ear as you reach out long. The right leg comes back. Spinal balance. Inhale long as you stretch away. Exhale to curve the spine like a cat, bringing the knee toward the elbow. Now you can always do just the arm or just the leg as well. 2 more. Great for core strength and balance and stability. Reach out long. Set the left hand back down. Tuck the toes under of the right foot. Push into your heel. You can stay here for a gentle calf stretch or push up off your hands and stretch the top of your left arch while you're dropping the right heel down. Good. Relax back down. Traditional balasana, child's pose. Relax the shoulders and maybe roll the wrists. All right, we are going to transition to a forward fold. So a nice way to get there is to tuck your toes underneath, lift up off your knees, and maybe walk your hands to your feet or your feet to your hands. And the forward fold, you can really bend your knees deeply. If your hamstrings are tight, what my goal here is to try to get the top of your head down to the floor. Because this again puts gravity in a different position. And when we're standing up or sitting all day long, gravity is pulling the head down into the cervical vertebrae. If we're upside down, it's doing the reverse. We're getting a little bit of traction. The weight of the head is separating the cervical vertebrae. And then from here, we'll just turn the head from side to side. So we're turning with a little bit more freedom Then when we're standing up and we have the weight of the head pressing down onto those little cervical bones. And one more, looking each direction. And back to the center. We'll start to restack our spine, rolling up one vertebra at a time until we come all the way up. And just notice how your head feels. Does it feel a little lighter on your neck? Heavier? About the same? All right, I'm going to move my little padding out of the way. And we'll come into Warrior One with the right foot in front. So I'll step that right foot forward, the left foot back with a little bit of turnout. The left leg is nice and straight. The right knee has some bend. And we are going to take the Ganesha Mudra by bringing the right hand first with the thumb up, take the left hand behind it, and then make your grip here. And we are going to pull apart and twist to the right. And just back to the neutral. And pull and twist. One more time. And then release the hands, sweep them back behind you like airplane arms. And we'll shift forward a little bit to the front leg, just coming up on the ball of the back foot. And this is called javelin. So from javelin, plant that back heel, inhale the arms up any amount. Exhale, bring the arms back, shift your body weight forward till you come up onto the big toe. And maybe on the next one, you can lift that back foot completely off the floor and balance. Now, if you need to do that by holding on to something, great. And then we're going to do 3 more, just going back and forth, choosing how much body weight you'd like to keep on that back foot. One more time. Now hold your javelin. Your toe can be on the floor, your foot can be on the floor or lifted. Back to your Warrior One. Reach, inhale. Straighten out your front leg, so both legs are straight. Exhale and slightly hinge forward. Now, if the arms are staying up next to the ears, this is a long lever, so there's a lot of work in your core here. So if you'd like, you can pull the arms in toward you or even support here on the shin. Gentle stretch for the hamstring. One more breath. Then pull yourself all the way back up. And relax the arms down. Switch the feet. Left foot will be the forward leg. Right foot will step back with a slight turnout. Warrior One. Right leg is straight, left knee bent. We'll find our Ganesha Mudra by taking the left hand first. Then the right hand comes behind it. Interlace your fingers. Inhale. Exhale, pull and twist left. Inhale back to neutral, releasing the grip slightly. Exhale, twist left, pull. And one more time, rotate. And back to center. Release the grip, bring the arms behind you. Shift forward slightly, come into a little baby javelin, so your foot's still on the floor and back. Then as you drop that heel down, inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale into javelin. Your front knee remains bent throughout this little flow. You can decide whether you want to come up off that back leg. 3 more. Use something for balance if you need to. I want you to feel successful with this pose. 1 more, then we'll hold that last javelin. It's also a warrior 3 if you have the foot up off the floor. And settle back down into your warrior 1. Straighten out the front leg. So both legs are pretty straight. Begin to hinge forward from the hip crease, not rounding your back. You can keep the arms next to the ears for more core strength. You can pull the arms into a short lever or support. 3 breaths. And we'll start to come all the way back up. And relaxing the arms down. Step the back foot forward into mountain pose. Now we're going to work on triangle pose today. If you'd like to, you can have a chair close to your mat. You can have a block close to your mat. And we are going to step out into a wide position with the feet. Now, if we just take a little side bend over to the right side, this is essentially triangle. We'll do it back over to the left. So what's important to know about triangle is we don't curve and twist down. So we're just doing side flexion of the spine. Let's do 1 more to the left. And then come up. So the only thing we need to adjust here is our foot position. So I want you to turn your left foot so that it's parallel to that side short edge of your mat. Turn your right foot so it points the other direction. Now notice what just happened with my hips. That's normal for that to happen. We're going to pull our torso as much as we can to square it forward. Both legs stay straight. And we'll come into that side stretch just to the right side. And this is our triangle. So again, you can hold on to a chair. You can have your block down on the floor. What we don't want to do is curve down just to get a little lower to the floor. So we want to keep that shoulder stacked. This hand can support on the hip. And for more core, we can make this a long lever by reaching here and letting go. And boy, this is really a lot of work on the spine. So if you're choosing that level, make sure you feel that's okay for your body today. 2 more breaths. And then bring yourself back up. Now from this position, if we bend the front knee, that right knee, now we're in warrior 2. So side angle pose, just like triangle, but the front knee is bent. Using the chair, using the leg, using your block. We can place the hand also behind the back on this one. Very nice. You can reach the arm out long. So choose any level that feels good for you. Let's hold 3 more breaths. And then come all the way up. We're going to make our Ganesha Mudra here. So right hand to the front, left hand comes behind it, make your grip, and we'll come into reverse sun, or sun warrior. So we are going to tip. The elbow is coming up toward the ceiling on that right side. The left elbow is coming down. We're pulling apart. Your eye gaze can be up, neutral, or down. Two more breaths. Come up, still pulling outward. And then release and lengthen. Good, lower those arms down. So we'll switch the feet. The right foot pivots in, so it's parallel with the short edge of your mat. Your right foot pivots out. You bend the knee, and then try to bring your torso to square to the long edge of your mat without letting this knee drop forward. So we want to keep that knee in a line with the ankle. Then straighten the leg. We'll come into triangle. Side bend. Take any of your options here, using your chair, block, supporting on your shin, maybe wrapping the arm back, unweighted to really work the core. Two more breaths. Good. Pull yourself back up. Now we'll deeply bend the left knee, our warrior two position, then into side angle. So we can support, we can be unsupported. We can use our block chair, wrap the hand back. We can also turn the head from side to side in this position to work the neck. Nice mobility. I notice that makes me start to lose my balance a little bit. Two more breaths. Good. Pull yourself back up. Ganesha Mudra, so the left hand, palm faces in, the right hand will come behind it. Make your grip, inhale. Exhale, pull, then come into sun warrior, reverse warrior. So the right elbow's coming down toward the right leg, the left elbow's coming up. So normally this would look like this. So all we're doing differently is adding that physical strength of the Ganesha Mudra, that powerful symbol of strength. Good. Come back up to that warrior two. Extend the arms long. Inhale, reach up, turn both feet forward. Exhale and swan dive into a wide leg forward fold. I'm going to use my block here to support the hands. So I want you to get again where you can let gravity pull your head down a little bit. So really let it go. And you can turn it side to side again, or you can go up, down, or make some small circles. Just any kind of mobility movement here for the neck. Now we'll twist in our forward fold. So a block is nice to have here to lift the upper back a little bit further up. Right hand on the block or floor, and we will twist open to the left. And then come down, Twisting open to the right. Now the arm doesn't need to be up, especially if that bothers your shoulder. You can just place your hand on your hip because it's about what the spine is doing, not necessarily the arm. Let's do one more each side. Good, last one, moving over to the right side. And down to the center. Hold your forward bend, just a couple more breaths. Then we are going to transition to coming on down onto our backs. So I want you to take your time to come down there. And you will need to have your hand towel. So we'll just come down to our back with our knees bent, our feet flat, and just pause and rest there for a moment. Think about your neck. So we have done rotation with our head stacked straight up and down. We've done it with our body on an angle to the side. We've also done it with from our hands and knees. So now we're going to add rotation of the neck when we're in this supine position, because it's going to put the work in the front of our neck, which tends to be a little bit weak. So what will help with this is to take that hand towel and bring it back behind the back of your head and hold on to the sides of your hand towel. And we're going to do just a little baby crunch, lifting the head and a little bit of the shoulder blades up, and then coming back down. And lifting up, and coming back down. Now let's lift it up and hold it. You're going to use your arms to help a little bit as you rotate your head to the right and to the left. Now you don't have to use the towel, but it definitely, your neck will start talking to you after a couple of reps if you're holding your head up of its own accord. Let's do 2 more each direction. I feel some nice work in my biceps here too. 1 more each direction. Back to the midline and relax the head down. Relax the arms next to the sides of your body. Okay, walk your feet in a little bit closer, not all the way to touch, but a little closer. And bring your right knee up and set your right ankle across, your left knee up, set your ankle across your right thigh. We're going to do some single leg bridging here, just 5 repetitions. If that doesn't seem doable, you can set that left foot back down, but we're lifting up into a baby bridge by using the right leg. We'll come up and down. 4 more. Lift up and down. Doesn't have to be very high off the floor to get that muscle connection. 3, 2, and 1. Lower the hip down. Bring the knees up toward the chest for your figure 4 stretch. Now we can also stretch the bottom leg hamstring. If you'd like to straighten that leg up, you can reach through your legs, clasping behind the right thigh, or you can use your yoga strap under the bottom of your right foot. So 2 areas that we're relaxing, the right hip, the left hamstring. And then rebend the right knee. Set your right foot back down to the floor. Brace your elbows on the mat and drop your knees over to the right to come into a twist. Sometimes this is referred to as the rooted twist because your legs are wrapped around one another a bit. And if that isn't comfortable, unwrap the legs and just twist with your knees together. One more breath. Good. Pull those knees back up to the midline. Uncross, setting your right foot back or left foot back down to the floor. And then we'll bring the right knee up to cross it over the left thigh. We've got 5 single leg bridges. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, push into your left foot, lifting up and lowering down. And we're holding it for a couple of counts at the top. Good. 3 more. We did a lot of work for glute and hamstrings on Tuesday, so maybe we're feeling a little bit of this. And last one, pick it up. And lower down, hug the knees up toward your chest for your figure 4. Option to straighten your left leg out, reaching through the legs or using your yoga strap. Now, if you just want to focus on the right hip, you don't have to do the hamstring stretch because it's a great stretch all its own, just focusing on that right hip. Nice, slow, deep breaths. Okay, let's lower the left foot back down to the floor. Keep the ankle crossed, brace your elbows, and drop the knees over to the left. So we come into our rooted twist. Oh, my block was just right in the right place. That was not by design, but that feels great. So nice combination of a twist for the mid-back as well as a little hip opener. Okay, let's bring those knees right back up to center. Uncross the ankle and let both knees fall open to our butterfly, reclined butterfly or bound angle pose, Baddha Konasana. We'll just relax the inner thighs, the groin. Now you can stay relaxed with the upper body, or you can add the Ganesha Mudra here, 4 repetitions, and then switching. So right hand, left hand, grip. Inhale when you're relaxed, exhale to pull out. 3 more. 2. Last one. Then just relax your hands next to your sides before you switch.